So great to have you in the EOS office today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Could you tell us a bit about your new book, Crashing Beatdown and Rita the Protagonist?
So the story is really about a girl from Los Angeles who is trying to find her identity. She's a trained thespian actress who has not made it in LA, and so she sort of fell into the fashion industry. And then that, you have to read the first book to find out what happens there, but the next transition is the film industry, because we've heard a lot of models transitioning over to film. So this is kind of that story as well. And so my whole idea was to sort of help her explore her personality, learn from the mistakes that she's going to make, and also sort of pull the curtain back on lights, camera, action in Mumbai as well.
Based on Tulika?
No, absolutely no. The first draft that I wrote, Leela was me. Hands down. She had the same hairstyle, that same, wardrobe. It was the most boring thing I have ever, exposed myself to. Nobody would have wanted to read it. It was just awful, awful trash. So the second, third, fourth, the character evolved and became much more flawed, much more realistic.
You do a lot of research.
Yeah, and I take research very seriously. Just digging started with, interviews on the phone with models and actresses who were my friends, and then visits to India, and then being on film sets. I was backstage at fashion shows, I was sitting front row, I was everywhere in the fashion environment, I was everywhere in the film environment, I was on set, at production houses, speaking to casting directors. I speak fluent Hindi, so I was talking to the chaiwala, I was speaking to absolutely everyone. I had just absolutely immersed myself into the environment. Just through immersion, I think, I was able to sort of find the similarities and differences between the two industries and create a more realistic portrayal of what's going on here.
Tulika, you grew up in Chicago. Did you watch a lot of Bollywood films?
It's a big deal over there, almost sometimes bigger than over here is what I've seen. I lived in the UK for a while too, and if you want to see rabid, fanatical Bollywood fans, they're in the UK.
I think a bigger Bollywood fans in India.
Yes, exactly. So I did.
So if you would adapt Crashing Beatdown into a Bollywood film, who would you cast?
So I think there are some possibilities for the guys, but I don't think she, the Leela character, I don't think her, the actress who can play her exists as yet, or she hasn't revealed herself yet.
Would you play Leela yourself?
Oh my god. I've been getting that question a bit, and I don't think so. I'm such a control freak, which is why I enjoy writing, because I can kind of play like the creator. I don't like to feel like a puppet.
One fashion trend that you'd love to see back in?
I love bohemian style. The really loose, flowing, flowery sort of dresses. I love them. I love that very unstructured style.
And one fashion trend that you would be caught dead in?
There's a few, but one that I don't like excessive exposure of skin. I don't find it classy, and so very low hemline. Even if you have the best legs in the world.
One lady whose closet you'd love to read.
Everybody really talks about Sonam Kapoor, and so I wanted to kind of investigate a little bit, and I was just looking at a lot of her appearances, and she's got the best wardrobe. Not only her, I'm sure that she has a stylist in the team, but she herself seems to have some really interesting, great selections, whatever. I think for over there, I would want one of the magazine editors. I mean, whether they wear the clothes they have access to. So maybe Anna Winter, I'd love to raid her closet and see what she has in there, for sure.
One piece of clothing or accessory from your college days that you still cherish today?
I still have it. I think I even brought it with me. It's an old ratty sweatshirt. I went to the University of Illinois, Urbana, and has a big orange eye on it.
Choose between Mumbai or Delhi.
My mood fluctuates daily. Today I'd like to be Bombay. Today I'd like to be in Delhi. But right now I think probably Delhi is in my heart.
What's the best cure for writer's block? Have you ever experienced it?
What do you
No,
think
never.
is whole
Never.
thoughts in the writers?
Yeah,
Like that.
it's a myth.
Is it overrated or is it a myth, the whole writing?
So yes. There's to all the questions you just answered. Writer's block exists. I have huge bouts of it on a regular basis. But I think that using it as a crutch is dangerous for anybody on the creative side or on any side. If you are exposed to anything outside of your window, outside of your experiences, it jumpstarts your brain in a way that you wouldn't be able to do just sitting there sort of toiling away and staring at a blank screen. So reading for me is the ultimate escape. The downside is that the book is so good.
Do you enjoy reading a lot of Indian authors?
I just picked up Jhumpa Lahiri's The Lowland. So that's on my Kindle right now.
Favorite authors in the Indian?
God, there's so many, but Alan Husseini right now is on my top of my list.
Do you think physical paperback or hardbound books are on their way out?
No. When I see people reading my book, I have like heart palpitations. Like I feel like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you know, like I feel so happy, right? And so there's that pleasure that you don't get when somebody's reading a Kindle, right? And somebody had actually reached out to me saying, I would love for you to sign a book for me. And I said, I would happily do that. He's like, I got it on my Kindle, can you sign a piece of paper? And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know what the answer to that is, but no, I don't think the written book is going up because, I mean, I can speak from my own experience. I have a library in my house, right? And it's never going to have one Kindle on there. It's going to have my favorite books on there. So I like having that physical thing as well.
You've been traveling all around India. Tell us a memorable India moment.
I think the most memorable experience for me was when an editor from a major magazine emailed my head of marketing and said, I've just finished her book, and if I had a teenage daughter, I would force her to read it. Now, for me, I can't think of a bigger compliment.
Look at sexiest Indian man.
Tulika Mehrotra, he's very easy on guys, right? Like, he's easy to look at.
One thing people don't know about you.
There's a few things people don't know about me. Maybe that I was a bartender and I learned how to flip bottles, you know, like Tom Cruise.
Have covered cinema, fashion. What next?
Yeah, they have covered those, but they've really gone deeper into what we're going through right now, you know, with issues of changing gender issues, gender violence, nepotism, sexism, ambition, you know, a lot of other issues. So it's gone really into that. Because of that, I found myself really attracted to the tragedy of normal life. You know, we all carry so much on our shoulders, but we're always smiling. You know, nobody knows what we're going through in our day-to-day life. So my next book is actually about a marriage and an illness, and it uses the backdrop of India and the US. And it's a much more ambitious project than my first two. So I'm halfway through it, so I find that if I talk too much about it, then the air from the balloon starts sort of...
Thank you so much for the interview. It was lovely talking to you.
It was so nice talking to you guys. Thank you for having me. So I've had a wonderful time with CoolAge this afternoon. Last year they did a profile on me and I had a chance to experience what this platform was. I love the idea of having a college platform where the reader base is truly college-age students. When they did the profile on me, I had a chance to interact directly with the readers of my book. So it was hugely rewarding for me. Coming here this afternoon and having a chance to sort of hang out in the office has been a blast. I've had a great time talking to the team and I'm so grateful that you guys invited me. I look forward to coming again soon. Thank you so much.